well, I guess it kind of something. There was something about him, like in the early stages, that did make me wonder. But I thought I was overthinking about when he started. He was joking about narcissists and him being one, and it's just like the way he said it. Like it was kind of like a bad joke that.
Yeah, well, he is a narcissist, as we've come to figure out.
Exactly, but it was what got me was the way he was saying it, and I don't know how I put it. It was just kind of like a red flag to me, and then I forgot about it because it's like, no, I must be overthinking. But I remember it still. It was on the TFM show.
I've heard it said that evil oftentimes will essentially warn you about what they're going to do or what they are beforehand. So that may be an instance of that. One last thing. So I got a question from an outside party who basically asked, essentially regarding the voice recording. Like,
Right.
why come forth with that now? And I think we've pretty much answered it just in this interview, but go ahead and give us your answer, your official answer, rather.
Well, before, no one really wanted to hear the truth, because the other incident that I did talk about in my stream is that that individual didn't want to hear the truth. At least that's what it seemed like. He didn't want to hear the truth. No one wanted to hear the truth from me, and what I actually thought at the time. Because the only thing I can say is that I didn't see the point back then revealing what I already had, because I didn't think anyone would listen, to be honest. And I'm showing it now because I want to basically give that dickhead a taste of his own medicine. Like, the things that he's done to APOC, you, TFM, he has crossed the line, and it's about time that he actually gets what he fucking deserves. And he's going to be exposed, and I don't care how long I have to keep showing clips of him, because he's crossed the line now. And
well, to be honest, I think he's a danger to a lot more than you know, his former inner circle. I think he's more of a danger to the red pill community at large, especially with him trying to take their hard-earned money to support bullshit.
And this is another thing, right? His Twitter was never hacked. I owned it. I made it for him, but it was still under my control. And I only made it so he would have use of it. No, he could still have a platform to go on, but you don't bite. A dog does not bite the master, DJ. Because then it goes, along with the Facebook group that I created, and I actually got it to 1,000 followers. That disappeared too. I deleted because...
Okay, and for those who don't know what she's talking about, he originally had a Twitter, and then that Twitter got banned, and then RoseBlades made him one and gave him access to it. And it was essentially his, but it was made by her. So that he could have a Twitter.
But I had ownership of it. In fact, I had to keep basically unblocking him, because me and him we're a sea apart. It was like, oh, someone's trying to get into your account. So I had to keep unblocking him so he can actually access the account. So still pretty much mine. So, and I even protected it from Lily trying to flag it down. I had to private the account to stop her from flagging it down, because she was very persistent. She even tried to flag my other account, which was DDJ's Pocket Fort. She tried to flag that one down too, but she only managed to get that.
Who is she? You were saying she. Who is that?
Lily.
Lily tried to flag his shit down?
Yeah, I know it's her.
Okay. Speaking of Lily, tell us, you might know a little bit more about her than the rest of us. Tell us about Lily.
She's a liar too. She was going around telling me, the inner circle, DJ, different accounts, different lies. So she told me that she was talking to Guardian. That's not what she told DJ. So DJ asked for my conversation with her, the entire thread. So I gave him the entire thread because I had nothing to hide. So I just gave him everything. Like, there you go. And he could see that she was telling me different things that she was telling him. It's really hard to actually realize that DJ's a man when he's so feminine. I might have to start calling him she now. Anyway, I am curious if he was trying to pit me and her against each other, because our initial first conversation, she just completely ignored me. Like I wasn't even there, which led you and the event circle to ask me what was going on, because she was acting like me and her already had beef when we didn't know each other.
Well, I will say this. One of the things he asked us is not to promote any competition between you two for some reason. And us knowing about Bobby Boy and his propensities, there's no telling what he told her about you, about anybody else. So
yeah, but he said that, but that's not how he acted. Like, he gave me a lot of praise, probably more praise than her. Although I was actually doing her work for her. She was actually meant to be getting interviews for him, and she didn't. I was doing it all. And again, barely got any credit for it. But when I did, Lily always was around to hear it. Funny that, isn't it?
Hilarious.
So, yeah, he said that, but he was pretty much, at least in my opinion, trying to pit me and her against each other, which is funny.
Interesting. Really. Yeah, from my understanding, he had these little behind-the-scenes dealings with you guys. Like with you, he was talking about sponsoring you to come to the United States, correct?
Right, which was meant to be a secret, but then you would have to ask everybody, why did everyone already know about it? Because I remember a specific conversation where everybody already knew in the voice chat on his server in general. It was brought up. So, and him supposedly going to Australia wasn't a secret neither. Everybody knew about it.
I didn't know about it.
It was mentioned at least once in the general voice chat. I remember it.
Yeah.
I won't say the names.
I don't remember hearing it, but maybe it was meant to be disguised as a joke. I don't know anything other than what I was told about it. I believe it, given all the stuff that has come out. I think it is most likely very, very plausible. Okay, so we've covered a lot. We've covered a lot of stuff, more stuff than I had actually planned on covering. One more thing. You have more audio. What kind of goods do you actually have on your hard drive?
It's hard to say, because some of it I didn't. Well, sometimes you would call me and I was already recording video, like I was gaming, which at the time I was using gaming footage and doing a voiceover for my videos. So there were times I recorded him. Now, it wasn't the actual initial plan. And sometimes I did record him only to remind myself if he asked me to do something, or he said this, or I said that, and I could actually be positive about it. Like, basically kind of like physical notes that were only for me, no one else, that I never was going to share ever. And until I found out he was a lying bastard and just everything that he's done, and I've just pretty much have just had enough of his lies, and I just want to expose him now and make him pay for everything that he's done, especially after he's flagged TFM and he's actually pretty much forced TFM to unlist all his videos so he doesn't get any more strikes.
Yeah, we don't have like 100% evidence that it was him, but I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. This didn't come out of something nowhere. He would do. I highly doubt this came out of nowhere.
And he still talks to JD too. I thought, everyone should know that as well. That now I have actually more than likely got screenshots of that, because I doubt he actually deleted it, because honestly, I don't think he actually remembers half the shit that he said to me, to be honest. But I remember. But it's just funny, isn't it, that he still talks to the one person that tried to take TFM's channel down. And he even tried to use her as well. And tried to frame it as if TFM planned their, interaction when TFM didn't. An outside party, I can't remember the name.
It was True King Gregory. I actually have the screenshots on that. Who arranged the whole thing.
Exactly. That said in fact, he admitted this in voice on Jager's Discord server that he planned it. That he found her on Tumblr and told her to make a video about MGTOW, and that he would send it to TFM, and actually TFM will probably respond to it and then destroy her. They became friends, and it's all because this person set it all up. He planned it. And then he told her how to flag videos down.
That's an interesting thing to tell people, but we're off topic here.
But anyway, he basically DJ was trying to frame it as if TFM planned this, when it's complete and utter lie. So I thought I'll put that out there too, because I have a feeling DJ might actually try and use this lie in the future, perhaps.
As the man says, liars always lie, so big shock.
Yeah. And I even told him when he was telling me this, after he spoke to her, because I would say what he did was grooming her. But he was trying to make her tell him, word it, how he wants to hear it, so that he can spread more misinformation. Which is kind of what he did in that voice recording. He was trying to make me tell him what he wanted to hear. When I didn't actually 100% remember, which is why I was actually going through the conversation to actually remind myself.
Right.
Apart from that, I think we're done.
Yeah, we'll leave it here. We've covered most everything. So, all right, RoseBlades, thank you for being here. You filthy thought, and we'll see you guys later.